Hi, this is JP from No The Lights Over Arkham. Welcome to another Marvel Champions Hero Pack Focus video, and this time we are again doing a double Hero Pack Focus for the Fear No Evil expansion. Notice that this isn't a campaign expansion, it is just an expansion, but there is a campaign in it. I'm not quite sure, I'm actually seeing that this is the first time I'm noticing that there isn't a word campaign anywhere on the box, but looking at the older boxes, none of those read campaign expansion either, because I think they thought that you can play these without playing the campaign, just playing the villains as scenarios, which I will probably be doing soon enough. But the purpose of this video is to look at what the hero cards are in Daredevils and Echo's hero packs, and I was offered a chance to preview the cards in the previous season for this box, but because I rather look at physical cards, I decided not to do that. So here is my first look at the cards. So let's get started. Let's start off with the man on the box cover, so Daredevil. First off, let's look at Matt Murdock, which is the alter ego side of Daredevil. Oh, and Daredevil has a Justice deck, so we'll see that. Just quickly looking at Echo. Echo has a Protection deck, so my two favorite aspects in one box, what could be better? I think the last time we saw this was in the Sinister Motives box, when we had Spider-Man and the Spider-Gwen heroes, which were Justice and Protection. But of course that was maybe my most liked expansion to date. I'm really looking forward to Fear No Evil box, because street level heroes are much more interesting than Avenger level heroes that are like, will we save the world from being destroyed, or will we stop this crime boss from getting too much power in New York? Okay, sorry, I have a bit of a cough, so I apologize beforehand if I cough a bit on the video. Let's power through. So, Matt Murdock has a 3 recovery, attorney traded. Matt Murdock begins the game with a Sense deck. See rulebook, page 26. Well, I already have seen what that is, but we'll get to that in a moment. Forced Interrupt. When a Sense upgrade would leave play, place it on the bottom of the Sense deck instead. Then, hero side, we have Daredevil. Daredevil has 2 thwart, 2 attack and 2 defense. Defender, martial arts traded. Superhuman senses. Action, play the top card of the Sense deck as if it were in your hand, paying its cost. Forced Interrupt. When a Sense upgrade would leave play, place it on the bottom of the Sense deck instead. Okay. Oh yeah. Alter Ego hand size 6, hit points 10. Hero side hand size 5, hit points 10. So very right in the middle. So what is the Sense deck? So looking at the icons here, there is Daredevil's image, but the Sense deck images have these rings around Daredevil's head, so he's sensing stuff, and there are 5 cards in the Sense deck. So first off, we have Acute Tactility. One cost upgrade, sense superpower traded, attached to an enemy or scheme. Interrupt. When you defeat attached enemy or remove the last threat from the attached scheme, discard this card. Ready your identity. This can be committed as a physical resource, but I think you can't commit cards from the sense deck. But for other card purposes, that is there. Next up, we have enhanced olfaction. It is a one cost upgrade, sense and superpower traded, attached to an enemy or scheme. Interrupt. When you defeat attached enemy or remove the last threat from the attached scheme, discard this card. Reduce the cost of the next card you play this phase by 2. Can be committed as a energy resource. Next up, we have heightened hearing. It is a one cost upgrade, sense and superpower traded, attached to an enemy. Hero interrupt defense. When attached enemy attacks, discard this card. That enemy gets -3 attack for this attack. You become the target of that attack. And it has the mental icon. Next up, we have radar sense. It is a one cost upgrade, sense and superpower traded, attached to an enemy, response attack. After you attack attached enemy, discard this card, deal 3 damage to that enemy, and has the energy icon. And the last card from the sense deck is superior taste. It is a one cost upgrade, sense and superpower traded, attached to a scheme. Response thwart. After you thwart attached scheme, discard this card, remove 2 threat from that scheme, and it has the mental icon. So this reminds me of a lot of the invocation deck from Dr. Oh, I'm blanking. From Doctor Strange, yeah, sorry, was blanking on the name for a bit there. So shares a lot of similarity with the invocation deck from the Doctor Strange deck. So you have that set aside. I probably will be sleeving this with different sleeves because these never go into your normal deck, so they should have different card sleeves so that you don't mix them up, and it is easier to set up and etc. So after that we'll go into the deck. So first off, we have the signature ally Elektra. Elektra is a 3 cost ally with 1 thwart and 2 attack, defender and martial arts traded, 3 hit points, forced interrupt hero. When Elektra would take consequential damage, Daredevil takes that damage instead. This can be committed as a wild resource. Okay. Next up, we have 2 copies of cross-examination. So cross-examination is a one cost event, attack traded, hero action attack, deal 3 damage to an enemy. For each upgrade attached to that enemy, you may deal 1 additional damage to it. So playing these sense cards onto enemies makes the cross-examination much better. It can be committed as a physical resource. Next we have Deposition, 2 copies of this card. It is a one cost event, thwart traded, alter ego action, thwart. You may choose any upgrade from the sense deck and play it, ignoring its resource cost. Do not shuffle. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. And this can be committed as a physical resource. So one thing I forgot to tell about this sense deck is that you shuffle it. Then you never change the order of these cards. So when you play this, you can play this, and when they go out of play, they go underneath here. So this will be rotating all the time. Sorry, I wasn't on camera. So you have 1 card on top, you play that, then you are only able to play this. But the position goes around that, so you can search for any card, play it, and you don't shuffle these. When this is out, it goes underneath. So that can change the order of your sense deck a bit. That's interesting. Makes for some puzzly moments for sure. And next up we have a Living Lie Detector, 2 copies of this. It is a 1-cost event, thwart traded, action thwart, remove 2 threat from a scheme. For each upgrade attached to that scheme, you may remove an additional threat from it. And this has an energy icon. Next up we have Raising Hell. It is a 2-cost event, only 1 copy of this in the deck. Hero action, attack, deal 2 damage to each enemy for each upgrade attached to that enemy. 3 damage instead if Daredevil has the aerial trait. And it can be committed as a physical resource. So, this is like the big hitter for this set. Oh, and enough about that. Next up we have Daredevil's own player side scheme. 0-costed. Threat cannot be removed from this scheme except by Daredevil or Matt Murdock. When defeated, you may move any number of sense upgrades in play to other cards they can attach to. Choose any number of upgrades from the sense deck and put them into play. Do not shuffle, and comes into play with 4 threat. So, as I'm reading this, is that when you defeat this, you can move, like do a really big hit for 1. So you basically have, let's say this is an enemy card here, and you have these in the deck and these in play. You get to attach these to that and maybe get these on and do a really big hit, or spread out, or do whatever. That, well, seems like an interesting one for sure. Next up we have Foggy Nelson. So Foggy Nelson is a 2-cost support, attorney and persona traded. Alter ego action, exhaust Foggy Nelson, remove 2 threat from a scheme, and this can be committed as a mental resource. Okay, next up we have Karen Page. Karen Page is a 1-cost support, persona traded. Action, exhaust Karen Page, shuffle 1 Daredevil card from your discard pile into your deck. If you are in alter ego form, draw 1 card. And this can be committed as an energy resource. So, familiar faces from the comics, and of course, if you have watched the Netflix series Daredevil or the new one from Disney Plus, then these all are familiar personas from that. And next up we have Nelson and Murdock. It is a 1-cost support, and it is a location. Response after an attorney character on or support defeats a side scheme, confuse an enemy. Okay, and this can be committed as an energy resource. Okay. Sister Maggie is next. Sister Maggie is a 2-cost support, persona traded. Matt Murdock gets +3 recovery. Response after you recover, discard a status card from your identity. And this can be committed as a mental resource. So this makes recovery for Daredevil quite fast. Like it. You don't have to spend that much time in alter ego. And next up, Daredevil's Billy Club. It is a 1-cost upgrade, item weapon traded. Restricted, Daredevil gets +1 attack. Hero action. Return this card to your hand from play. Choose. Deal 1 damage to an enemy, or Daredevil gains the aerial trait until the end of the round. Okay. And this can be committed as a physical resource. Next up we have The Man Without Fear. It is a 2-cost upgrade, it is a title. Hero action, exhaust this card and deal 1 damage to Daredevil, choose any upgrade from the Sense deck and play it, ignoring its resource cost. Do not shuffle already Daredevil, and this can be committed as a physical resource. And those were all the signature cards. Next up we'll look at the Justice cards. After that some neutral cards or basic cards, and then the Obligation and Nemesis sets. So, first off we have Blind Spot. Blind Spot is a 4-cost ally with 2 thwart and 2 attack, 2 thwart with an asterisk, Genius and Martial Arts traded, 3 hit points, and asterisk reads response after Blind Spot thwarts, confuse an enemy with an upgrade attached. And this can be committed as an energy resource. Next we have Cloak. Cloak is a 3-cost ally with 2 thwart and 1 attack, defender traded and 2 hit points. Action, exhaust Cloak and spend 2 energy resources, find Dagger and put her into play. Then this gives you an acceleration icon, which is not good, but because these basically combo, I'll put them next to each other. Next we have Dagger. Oh yeah, and this has mental icon. This has energy icon. So Dagger is a 3-cost ally with 2 thwart and 2 attack and 2 consequential damages both. And actually Cloak doesn't have any consequential damage, which is weird and maybe good. But of course when Dagger goes off, Cloak again has the acceleration icon. So Cloak has, or Dagger has 1 thwart and 2 attack, defender traded 3 hit points. Cloak loses the acceleration icon. If Cloak is in play, Dagger takes 1 consequential damage after she uses a basic power. -1 consequential damage, so then Dagger is only with 1 and 1. Okay, pretty simple. Oh, and next we have one that I'm looking forward to getting in hero form someday, is Ghost Rider. And Ghost Rider is a 3-cost ally with 1 thwart and 2 attack, Midnight Sun traded, and 3 hit points. And I think we have seen Ghost Rider from in cars from the core set, so nice to finally see a ally card for him. So 3 hit points, asterisk is interrupt when Ghost Rider attacks an enemy, spend an energy resource, 2 energy resources instead if that enemy is the villain, confuse that enemy. And this has energy resource icon. Next up we have Know Your Enemy, 3 copies of that. It is a 1-cost event with an asterisk, and it has a thwart trait, and the asterisk is discount 1 martial artist, whatever that means. That is a new one, so we'll check that out immediately. So we have a new keyword. So discount, when a player plays a card with discount X, its resource cost is reduced by X if that player's identity has the specific trait. If more than 1 trait is specified and the player's identity has at least one of the specified traits, the cost is reduced by X. Okay, so that's pretty simple. And yeah, this is a hero action. We have martial artist in the title, and actually Echo has it too, so if you want to swap the aspects around, then you don't have to worry about it. It is always 0 costed for your heroes in this box. So let's read the card. Hero action thwart, remove 1 threat from a scheme, remove 1 threat from a scheme. So it is a 0 cost, remove 2 threat basically, and has the mental resource icon. Next we have another player side scheme. It is De-escalation, 0 costed, and has a physical resource icon. Victory 0, when defeated remove an acceleration token from play. Okay, so this really lets you take the time and accumulate acceleration icons, and then just, okay, I'm just going to remove them. That's nice. Okay, so it is only one per game, so because it actually has the unique symbol here, so that's makes it not broken, basically. Next we have 3 copies of Chance Encounter. It is a 0-cost upgrade, condition traded, attached to a side scheme, max 1 per scheme. Interrupt: when attached side scheme is defeated, search your deck and discard pile for an ally and add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck. Okay. Pretty simple. Next up we have Legal Trouble and 3 copies of this. Legal Trouble is a 1-cost upgrade with an asterisk. Legal Trouble has condition trade. Discount 1, attorney or police. Okay, so this doesn't work with Echo, but it works with Matt Murdock. Yeah. So attached to a minion, but police. Who is a police? From the defenders, I'm not sure. Maybe Luke Cage. No. The one Foxy, whoever that was, is a police. If we get that hero, then that can use that. Okay, so attach to a minion, max 1 per minion. Attached minion gets -2 scheme, and this can be committed as a mental resource. Okay. More discounts. So we have Move in Shadow, 3 copies of this. Move in Shadow is a 2-cost upgrade with an asterisk, skill traded, discount 1, martial artist or spy, temporary, max 1 per player. Response: thwart: after you play a card, including this one, remove 1 threat from a scheme. Okay. And it has the energy icon. Next up, we have Stealth Training, 3 copies of this upgrade. So it is a 2-cost upgrade, skill traded, play under any player's control, max 1 per player. Response: after you thwart and exactly defeat a side scheme, exhaust Stealth Training, stun an enemy. This can be committed as a physical resource. Next, we are down to the basic cards. We have Stick. Stick is a 2-cost support, martial artist, persona traded. Interrupt: when a friendly martial artist character uses a basic power, choose. Exhaust Stick. That character gets +1 to that basic power for this use, or that character gets -1 to that basic power for this use. Ready Stick. And this can be committed as a physical resource. So, well, if you need to thwart exactly for stealth training, Stick can help you with that, or whatever. Not really sure wherever else this -1 to the basic power would be useful, but maybe we'll see. Next up, we have Contingency Planning, 3 copies of this. Contingency Planning is a 0-cost upgrade, skill traded, max 1 per player. You may play the upgrade chucked here as if it were in your hand. Action: choose 1 upgrade in your hand that can attach to a minion or side scheme. Chuck that upgrade under here to a maximum of 1. So this basically lets you save up upgrade you want to play later on a minion or whatever, and that card is not in play, so you can contingency plan to have it in play when you need it. So that's a really cool design. Next, we have Dance with the Devil. It is a zero-cost upgrade. It is a dance traded card. Team up Daredevil and Electra. Max 1 per deck. Attached to an enemy. Hero action. Attack. Discard this card. Deal 3 damage to attached enemy. And while this is in play, it has the boost acceleration icon. And can be committed as a wild resource. And that is the pre-built deck for Daredevil. Next we'll look at the Obligation and Nemesis sets. After that we'll still look at Echo. So let's get going. Sensory Overload Obligation. Give to Matt Murdock player. Force response. After sense upgrade enters play, take 1 damage. Alter ego response. After you recover, discard this card. Okay, and this game has 2 boost icons. So that's annoying. Then we have the Nemesis set, which features Bullseye. So Bullseye is a minion with 1 scheme and 3 attack, assassin traded and 5 hit points. When revealed, choose, discard a persona support you control, or Bullseye attacks you, even in alter ego form. And Bullseye has 3 boost icons. Next, we have Deadliest Man Alive. So it is a side scheme. Forced interrupt. When Bullseye attacks, give him a face down boost card, and this has the boost acceleration icon. And comes into play with 5 threat and has 2 boost icons. Okay. Next, we have Stolen Sai. It is attachment, weapon traded, attached to the enemy with the highest attack. Attached character attacks gain piercing. Hero action, spend 2 physical resources. Choose to either attach this card to Electra or discard it. And gives +1 attack. And boost, if this activation is an attack, it gains piercing. And has a boost ability and boost icon. Next, Eye on the Target. It is a treachery. When revealed, choose, remove an ally or persona support you control from the game. Bullseye attacks you, or choose one. So Bullseye attacks you even in alter ego form. If he is not in play, find him and reveal him. So has basically the same text as Bullseye, but also brings out Bullseye. So that's really nasty actually. And has 2 boost icons, and there are actually 2 copies of this, so not the biggest fan of the Bullseye set. Well, it is a tough one, and Daredevil is a tough cookie, so the enemies need all the help they can get. And next up, we have Echo. Let's get into it immediately. So, Echo is Maya Lopez. Maya Lopez is a civilian traded alter ego side and has 3 hit points. Or, I mean 3 recovery. Hand size is 6, hit points is 9. Practice makes perfect interrupt. When you change to hero form, search your deck for an aspect or basic event and add it to your hand. Shuffle. Echo is defender, a martial arts traded hero with 2 thwart, 2 attack and 2 defense. Watch and learn response. After a player plays an aspect or basic event, tuck that event under here from that player's discard pile. Then, if there are more than 3 tucked cards here, discard all but 3 of those cards. Okay. So, apparently Echo will learn from other players and herself, and then become more powerful, but we'll see in a moment. Okay, so first off, usually we start with the signature cards, but we have immediately one protection card, but it is a starting card. That is a new keyword for Marvel Champions. Starting. A card with starting may be added to its owner's starting hand during setup. Each deck cannot include more than one card with starting. Before drawing their starting hand during player's setup, each player with a starting card in their deck may search their deck for that card and add it as the first card of their starting hand. That card does not count against their hand size and can be discarded for the mulligan. Okay. So, basically, you will be guaranteed to get the starting card in your starting hand every time, in addition to all the other cards. So, it is the Innate Reflexes card. It is a 1-cost upgrade, condition traded, starting. You may add this card to your hand before drawing your starting hand. Your hero gets +1 defense. Ding! It doesn't even have a card icon, so you can commit it. And now we go into Echo's signature card, and the signature ally is Daredevil. Daredevil is a 3-cost ally with 2 thwart and 2 attack, both with asterisks. Defender and martial artist traits, 3 hit points. Response after Daredevil uses a basic power, reduce the cost of the next event you play this round by 1. Oh, that's nice. And can be committed as a wild resource. Next, we have photographic reflexes, and there is actually a bunch of these in the deck. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 copies of this card. The cost is a star, and it is an event. Star, if you are in... Sorry. If you are in hero form, you can discard photographic reflexes from your hand to play an event chucked under Echo, as if it were in your hand. Reduce the cost to play that event by 2. You cannot trigger Echo's Watch and Learn ability from that event. Okay, so when you are chucking cards underneath Echo, you can use the photographic reflexes to play those, and that is why you have so many of these in your deck. So you're copying other heroes and yourself. Study the tape. 2 copies of this. It is a 0-cost event. It is a tactic. Action, search any player's discard pile for 1 aspect event or 1 basic event or 1 copy of photographic reflexes and add that card to your hand, and this can be committed as a mental resource. Okay. Next up we have the res. It is a 1-cost support, location traded, alter ego action, exhaust the res, heal X damage from Maya Lopez, where X is the highest cost among cards tucked under her, and this can be committed as an energy resource. Okay. Next we have American Sign Language. It is a 2-cost upgrade, skill traded, hero resource. Exhaust this card, generate a wild resource for an event being played by any player. And this can be committed as a mental resource. So far, Echo seems like a good multiplayer hero. Not that interesting maybe in true solo, but we'll see. Next up we have Choreography. It is a 1-cost upgrade. It is skill traded action. Exhaust this card, shuffle 1 aspect or basic event from your discard pile into your deck. If you are in alter ego form, draw 1 card. And this can be committed as a mental resource. Next we have Echo's Katana. It is a 2-cost upgrade, weapon traded, restricted. Hero response attack. After you play an event, exhaust Echo's Katana, deal damage to an enemy equal to that event's printed cost. This attack gains piercing, and this can be committed as a physical resource. Okay. So you want to play high cost events, apparently. Next up we have Improvisation. It is a 3-cost upgrade. It is skill traded. Hero responds after you play an event. If it has the following traits: attack, heal 1 damage from Echo or defense, remove 1 threat from a scheme or thwart, deal 1 damage to an enemy. Okay. Interesting. So you're doing basically other stuff that you usually do. So, for example, defense, remove threat, which is not usually associated with defense. Well, that's interesting. Next up, we have Muscle Memory. It is a 2-cost upgrade, skill traded. Hero action, exhaust this card, add an event tucked under Echo to your hand. And this can be committed as a physical resource. Okay. And then we have Army of 1. So those were all the signature cards, so now we have the protection cards. Army of 1 is a 1-cost event with an asterisk, and asterisk reads: increase the cost to play this card by 1 for each ally you control, hero action, ready your hero. And it can be committed as a energy resource. Next we have Get Their Attention, 3 copies of this. It is a 2-cost event, defense and thwart traded. Hero interrupt, defense thwart. When an enemy initiates an attack, remove 3 threat from a scheme, and this can be committed as a mental resource. Next we have In Harm's Way, 3 copies of this. It has a cost of 3 with an asterisk. It is an event. Attack and thwart traded. Asterisk is increase the cost to play this card by 1 for each ally you control. And hero action, attack and thwart, deal X damage to an enemy and remove X threat from a scheme where X is your defense. Okay, I have to read that again. Hero action, so attack or thwart. Deal X damage to an enemy and remove X threat from a scheme where X is your defense. Okay, so the higher your defense, the more damage you deal to an enemy, and the more threat you remove. But you do both of those, so that's pretty powerful. Of course, it's a expensive card. Next we have Powerful Punch, 3 copies of that. It is a 2-cost event, attack and defense traded. Hero interrupt, attack or defense. When an enemy initiates an attack, deal 4 damage to that enemy. And we have seen this before, earlier, and can be committed as a physical resource. Only there's new art now with Luke Cage. Then we have the Best Offense. I think we have seen this or maybe not, because it has temporary, which I'm not sure we have seen before. So temporary is a keyword. A card with temporary must be discarded from play at the end of the round. Maybe we have seen this, but I'm not sure. Or at least the keyword. The Best Offense is a 1-cost upgrade, condition traded, temporary traded. Your hero gets +1 defense. Use your defense in place of your thwart and attack. Ignore any modifiers to your thwart and attack. And this can be committed as a mental resource. Next we have Ronin. Ronin is a 1-cost upgrade, title traded. While you do not control any allies, hero gets +1 defense and gains retaliate 1. And this can be committed as a mental resource. So, as you can see, there are no allies except for Daredevil. So, that makes Echo play quite differently, so you can't... It might be pretty hard to do anything with Echo if you are playing true solo and always just defending, because the hit points is really low also, so we'll see. Standalone, 3 copies of this. So standalone is a 1-cost upgrade, condition traded, max 1 player. Hero interrupt when an enemy attacks you before you defend. Any defender is declared. If you do not control any allies, exhaust standalone, ready your hero. Okay. Yeah, that immediately helps with the problem I just presented for Echo, but yeah. So, can be committed as a energy resource. And that is all the protection cards for Echo's deck. Next up, we have some basic cards and then the Obligation and Nemesis sets. So, first off, we have Seed No Evil, Hear No Evil. It is a 2-cost event, attack and thwart traded. It is the team up card for Daredevil and Echo, max 1 per deck. Hero action, attack and thwart traded. Choose 2 of the following. You may choose the same option twice. Deal 3 damage to an enemy or remove 3 threat from a scheme. And this can be committed as an energy resource, wild resource, I mean. Then we have player side scheme, which is super power training. It is a 1-cost side scheme. Comes into play with 3 per player threat. Can be committed as an energy resource. Has victory 0 when defeated. Each player may search their deck and discard pile for an identity specific upgrade and put it into play and shuffle. Then we have the new art for the basic resource cards, Energy, Genius and Strength. Nothing special there. And that is the Echo deck. And lastly we have the Obligation and Nemesis sets. And the Obligation is raised by Kingpin. Or by the Kingpin. Obligation, give to the Maya Lopez player. You cannot deal damage to Kingpin. When revealed, find Kingpin and put him into play, engage with you. Response, after you thwart, place that threat here. If there is 4 or more threat here, remove this card from the game. Comes into play with 2 boost icons. Or has 2 boost icons. And the Nemesis set is of course Kingpin. Kingpin is a minion with 3 scheme and 2 attack with an asterisk, criminal traded, 6 hit points, forced interrupt. When Kingpin would attack Maya Lopez player, he schemes instead. Echo's Nemesis minion comes in, has 3 boost icons. Next we have Master Manipulator. It is a side scheme. If you lay, Kingpin comes into play with 2 threat per player, has a boost ability icon. Kingpin cannot take damage. When revealed, find Kingpin and put him into play, engage with you. And the boost ability is, if Kingpin is in play, reveal this scheme. If not, then nothing happens. Lastly, we have 2 copies of Kingpin's Henchmen. They are minions with 1 scheme and 2 attack, 4 hit points, criminal traded, and have guard. Also Kingpin cannot take damage, and 4 hit points, and have 1 boost ability. So the whole Nemesis set is basically boost. Kingpin can't take damage, and that is everything for these 2 heroes. And I have to say I'm really looking forward to play Daredevil. Not that excited for Echo, but I'll have to try her deck out and see how that functions. The lone hero aspect is interesting. It's something new. You can't just put a lot of allies in your deck to act as speed bumps for the villain while your hero is doing stuff. So you have to maybe play a bit differently with Echo. But yeah, that is everything. So hope you found this double feature Hero Pack Focus interesting. Thanks for watching and until next time.